today we're going to learn how to use Diskpart on Windows 10. This is a very handy utility for when you have external storage like a thumb drive or an SD card that for whatever reason is no longer readable. I find this very useful as I build up my Pi images and want to switch back and switch the image on the SD card, or I've been using a file system on a thumb drive that is not compatible with Windows. So this will totally allow you to repartition the drive in such a way that Windows can see it in NTFS, and after the fact, if you want to use it with other operating systems, you can go back and format it as FAT or whatever. Now there is one big warning to this. If you walk through these steps, your any data, any files will no longer be readable because we're deleting the whole partition off the drive and creating it anew. So right now I'm just using a sample file. If you look on my little PC, I've got a thumb drive that I'm going to use today, labeled drive F, and has the name of FG drive. It's completely empty, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we are going to have an idea. It's come out of a a Raspberry Pi installation, and it says that my 16 gig drive has like 1 gig free. So here we go. The first thing we want to do, a shortcut, is use the Windows X key and choose Windows PowerShell as an administrator. It comes up with a cautionary, do you want to run this command? And Windows PowerShell is a lot more of a program than, say, the Windows command prompt or command line as it used to be. So this comes up, it takes a moment to boot, and what we want to run is Diskpart. And this will run on the traditional command line or in Windows PowerShell. So it boots into its own, more like instead of boot, launching the program. And the first thing we do once we get in here is we type in list disk. And this tells me, just like Windows Explorer did, that I have 2 disks in here. One being my hard drive, so we want to be sure and stay away from that, and the other being the 16 gig thumb drive. So to begin working with this, I want to select the disk. I'm going to go select disk 1. And I can do a list disk again. And this time we'll see that disk 1 has an asterisk by it. Showing me that this is the active disk that I'm working with. So I want to go ahead and say clean at this point, and I'm defaulting to the disk 1. Okay, that's usually very, very fast. I come back, list disk, and we see that I've got 14 gig free, and I'm ready to go and rebuild the partition. So the command I want to enter, and I don't have it in my cache unfortunately, so I'll have to type it, create partition primary. Now we will select and we want to make this the active partition. Alright, and once we do that, we're going to format it. label we're going to put on it is FG-drive. And we'll let this get to 1%. This takes a little bit. So we'll be back when it's completed. Okay, now it is completely formatted and we can assign a drive letter to it. So we're going to assign letter equal F. Alright, and we go over, we look and explore. Here we go, completely free, ready to use. So this is a real quick, dirty tutorial on how to fix remote storage like a thumb drive or a micro SD card when for some reason it can't be read by Windows. So finally, to get out of this partition, we'll go ahead and exit and we can close our PowerShell prompt. And this sums up on how to do that. This is the Fishy Geek signing off. Have a great day and let us know always if you have any questions.